111. Microphone check. Greetings, Earthlings. This is Crypto Ranger. Happy holidays. Man, we're in some choppy waters, people. We are in some choppy waters. Hola. Love Mexico. I'm envious. Nice and sunny and warm right now. Okay, let's take a look. Hopefully, I don't know who's on right now. If I think a lot of people are celebrating. I just got back from a nice cozy wooden cabin rental that we had for 2 days with the family and friends here in Korea. But I'm back looking at the charts and I'm just wondering, what the hell happened, people? What happened here? Drew a few lines and we're gonna talk about what to expect. I think Bitcoin is going to make a little move, yo. A little move is gonna hit us soon, and it is 4:50 a.m. currently in my time. And looking at the Bollinger Bands over here, it's looking like we're ready to squeeze, and volatility will increase soon. The only problem is, I'm not sure which side do I favor right now. I'm kind of rusty. It's been a couple of days, and I haven't looked at what's been happening in the markets. I think when I left on Tuesday, we were somewhere around here in this range still. Then we pumped, we dumped, pumped, dumped, pumped, dumped. So tell me, what else is new here? What else is new? I see market makers on the order books over here just ping-ponging the price back and forth, back and forth. If you're trading in the zone, I feel sorry for you. I know you're getting chopped up. This is not a recommended place to be placing orders or anything of that nature. We are inside the Ichimoku cloud here, which means it's a no trade zone. Just like it was a no trade zone over here when we were in the red cloud and when we pumped out of it. Is Bitcoin ready to finally dump? That is the question. And I'm not so sure. We're at the bottom of this ascending triangle, wedge pointing up. Last time when we had a similar setup over here, we had 1, 2, 3 touches and then broke down. This is 1, 2, and I think there's a good chance that, looking at the indicator, for example, MarketSpy, DSR has been really good. Street lights, business nights. Yes, that's a nice there's actually one of our members, Karena, she told me about this charting app, and I've fallen in love with it. So I kind of have it running here as well next to my usual trading view, but this has a lot more options here and just flexible, and it's free. If you're limited to indicators and you need more options and you don't want to pay the premium on trading view, this is an excellent terminal to use. So yeah. Okay. So right, DSR on 30 minutes is showing me that it's really good. It saves you a lot of time, so you don't have to draw these lines. There are many indicators available that are able to give you these ley lines, these spiritual lines that connect, and at a glance it shows me a potential triangle that we might be in. By the way, if you haven't watched the latest video on triangles, I think you should do that. It's got a lot of information that will benefit you in your trading. And in the video I explained that if you're a beginner, you should definitely start with one pattern and kind of go with it, run with it. So here's the thing, right? 30 minutes, that's good enough. Let's say we started our account from here, 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5, and then we're at the top. So I am I'm not seeing any buyers in the markets. The indicator has been really choppy. It is, MSX is not good in the range. When we're inside of a range, not a single indicator in existence is actually good at that. It's very tricky because this is the part when market participants, they take their position from above and below the price, and some will win and some will burn in hell for eternity. It would be nice if we came down, all the way down, and created a lower low here. The only problem is greed is not allowing us. It is not allowing us to move. There are patterns that I'm seeing on a micro scale, the head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders, but these are generally, I ignore these unless it's on a daily chart. These are meaningless, and the chances of them to actually play out are very slim to none. So oh yeah, okay, so you want to go and type in gocharting.com. okay, I will quickly do that for you right now. gocharting.com. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's got your it's got layers, and I generally recommend and use tools that are educational in nature. And what I mean by that is, not only do you, so when you use something, for example, in the video, in the link down below, you will find a sizing calculator and also an educational tool, and I shared it before. And it's basically a 2-in-1. You're killing two birds with one stone. You get to use it as a tool to accommodate you in trading, but also you can learn a lot, because if you go to Go Charting and play around a little bit, you will notice that in the indicator section it has candle patterns, and each and every candle in existence is listed over here. So if I wanted to find dojis quickly and understand what is a doji, I can just toggle it on and it will show me a doji over here. So a doji is an indecision candle, and it could go up or it could go down. Basically, these are dojis. And there's a bearish hammer, for example. You can activate that and you can see me toggling it. It will highlight a bullish hammer, bearish hammer. So there was a bullish hammer right here, this purple, and that was a good signal to long. Of course, together with other indications, like we're at the support over here, and we're still at support. So not shorting yet, but also not longing, because I'm not seeing any signals. Like I said, the markets are chopping everyone up right now, whoever is trading. 2 days away, Christmas, and I don't regret it, because if I stayed, I'd probably make a dumb call in the platoon or something and say let's long or short out of desperation, because this is a long range. Each one of these candles is 4 hours, and you know, I left on Tuesday, come back, and we're still exactly where we are. 7170, I remember. Okay, now we have a new candle. It just opened, a new 4-hour candle, and we'll definitely see some increased volatility soon. They'll start pumping. You know what? I don't want to go to sleep because I think that I'll use the calculator, size it appropriately, place my stop somewhere down below, and if it starts pumping up, I'll just market long it and probably exit at 7377 or so as the previous high. So let's see. And if it starts dumping, of course I'll do the opposite. I'll place my stop loss at 7260 or so, and then expect it to go down. However, we still have a few more candles. Maybe when Bollinger Bands are this tight, you know there's going to be like some sort of explosion soon. And 4 hour is looking good, except that we're in this cloud. And the problem with trading really is if you stick by with too many rules, you'll never make a trade. You'll always be looking at things that contradict your analysis, and you'll say, well, we're in the cloud, we're not allowed to trade. We're below the baseline, we're not allowed to trade. There's always all this not allowed, and that's good actually. That's good. You should listen to it. And very few and far and rare occasions you will see an opportunity and say, okay, this looks like a good area to take a trade because there's nothing in the way and I feel good about it. And those don't happen every day, and when they do, it's very rare. The 4-hour bull div on RSI. On RSI, I'm looking at 4 hours right now. So because of these pumps and dumps, I'm not confident. I want this to go somewhere. I don't know where, but it needs to go up. It looks like it's a pretty strong support here. Touched it so many times and it's still not broken. But like I said, we're at the bottom of this ascending triangle, so I think, I'm not 100%, but I think we might see a nice little fat candle go up. How high, I don't know, but just about the previous attempt, maybe up to here, 360 or so. I think it will happen. So RSI is at 49. This is the 4-hour chart, and when it crosses 50, it will pump. It will pump when it crosses the 50 line, just like it did over here. I don't know if it'll be sustained or not, but we're definitely going to see. You know what? We could pump all the way to 7,800 maybe. I doubt it, but that would be nice. That would be a really nice symmetrical play here. Just start pumping, hit it, and quit it. Hey, Mahler. Yeah, the kids, man. That's been my occupation. Let's see. Yeah, really hard to trust. This range is it's really unpredictable from the looks of it. Right now, if you look at the order book, you can see that it's the same market maker with 1.5 million from both sides going up, down, up, down. So trading the spread of $5 or so, $10. I got back like 8 hours ago. Actually, no. No. Way before that. I took a nap and then I had a couple of errands to run and... But yeah, see how we're breaking above this green line on the 30? That's a good little start. That's a good little start. We have a couple of moving averages in the way. We're making moves. We're making moves. Chop, 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 and then pump. I think. I'm not taking a trade though. I need some sort of confirmation. The daily at least. Give me something on the daily. Above both baselines, so shorting is definitely not allowed. We're seeing these dots over here, but I don't trust them. The C dots inside of a range are 50-50. I have seen some crazy stuff early on. I was looking at some charts and I noticed that we had a red dot on one of these time frames. I don't know what it was, and we were pumping. And then I saw a green dot and it was dumping. So I don't know if that's something that you can trust inside of a range. This is a bullish hammer. Buyers were able to push back up. And I think tonight, ladies and gentlemen, support is holding us here. Pretty damn good support. I think, just judging by this candle, right? It's definitely a bullish candle, sort of like this here. Except Bitcoin, you know, you need to have other technical factors, technical indicators telling you MFI is going to the... Okay, this is looking good. Volume is picking up a little bit. Nothing fancy, nothing too crazy, but what I'm really waiting for is if we draw a line like this over here, I'm waiting for a nice fat volume candle to break through this downtrend. And this is a pattern, a long-term channel that we've been in. Let's go to weekly. So weekly we also have this red candle is sort of like a fake out candle, and we have a bullish hammer over here. So buyers are definitely showing their like flexing over here more than the sellers on the weekly overall. And we have the green dot over here. Trend flow is really slow on weekly, so don't worry about this nearing towards zero. You should treat it as if it's already crossed zero, and maybe it is ready to reverse and go up. It's a lagging indicator, so it takes a long time. But speaking of the yellow momentum Z, for example, is ready to cross. And I think bears here, they try their hardest to suppress the price. Remember, there was a video that I did, and I forgot what happened, but I showed you a pattern like this, and I said we're gonna go up. And I think YouTube or something. Oh yeah, you got a copyright strike because I was playing music that I wasn't supposed to play. But I've drawn a pattern like this, and I said it has to be. I said it has to be this. Okay, and you guys know what pattern I'm referring to over here. It's fake out and then push back up. So I think we might be looking at something like that over here. The interesting thing though is that if we break above, this could be a nice sustained move up to this level, And I doubt, because this is a almost a GPS signal, almost. The last one was at 3K. So we've come a long way here, man. This I don't see any buyers, and I don't know if we can rely on algorithms to make trades. But I guess we have no choice. So the bias here is that it will go long, or we're simply looking for longs. Even if it starts falling all the way down here, potentially to 5,800, this will be a very snappy, quick move. Like, you don't want to see a candle like this, right? And then short it, and then totally screwed, man. Like, I mean, totally. So, very dangerous area. And as a matter of fact, it's a mini flag. It's a mini flag that we're looking at. Okay, something like this. Do not count the wicks, only the bodies interest me. And in most cases, we assume continuation. However, with Bitcoin, that's not always the case, right? This is a very irrational, all markets are irrational, but this one's especially out of everyone's league. So just gotta be patient. I think it'll be a big trade coming our way 2020. On New Year's, when everyone is celebrating with their families away from the desks, something is going to happen. I just have a feeling. Oh, no Discord notification. Okay. That is strange indeed. That is strange indeed. Okay. Oh, you know why? Because my channel now, guys, we have the official short link, which is youtube.com/Cryptopocalypse. Now it's no longer like a random string of numbers. So yeah, we are officially initiated into the short link club. So these are my thoughts. And Alex, you were saying that people should be really careful about shorting, and I think you're 100% right. This is definitely not the place, even though it's giving us all the signs that we could want to short. But I see a lot of attempts. There was a lot of rejections from the support level. Stand by. This is the important part here. 7K basically right here, and we never quite it. The price got front run, as we can see over here. So shorting here is in and out, and if you were trading this, then congratulations, power to the people, good for you. Right now there's a mad divergence that I'm not even recognizing, but is here. I don't know why we're not printing it. Just 4 hours, we should have a divergence here. I don't know why it's not here, but this is looking like it already played out actually. Or maybe consolidated and it will continue up now. A breakout is on the books, like I said. Buyers are really pushing. They're pushing it. They're pushing it on the order books. I might open a little long and place my stop at 7,150, major support. But the potential R here is pretty high. You would go to 7,360 or something, and maybe beyond. 4-hour Bollinger Bands are squeezing here, and I'm just interested to see if this will be one violent move to the upside, or will it finally break down and go to 6,900, which is possible given how many times we touch the support here. So watching it, not doing anything. If it goes above 7,300 and continues, I might market buy into it, but it might not be a good idea because I still see, the thing with Bitcoin is that it technically should come back and give you an entry, but it doesn't. It just one single candle pump and then it stays there and it dumps. So it's really hard to trust it. But I know if it breaks out of here, it'll pump for a while. There's also another interesting thing that's happening. The daily is getting very tight in the Bollinger Band range. You can see how we had something similar happen here, and remember that crazy fake out and then bounce. So we are potentially looking at something like that could happen. The daily will close soon, and it's a bullish candle here on the daily. So the 7-day moving average will cross this purple 30-day moving average, and that's when the price will really pump. I had a short signal over here before I left in the platoon, and then I got spooked because I thought that this red line, it's a 7-day moving average, was going to cross 30 and we were going to pump. Didn't happen. Short would have been a nice play there, but yeah, if I see some warnings, I can't ignore that. So I told you guys not to short, so missed out on that trade. But then I caught up with it. I did a little short. I think I posted that. So RSI is starting to curve up towards the 50 midline over here, and the interesting thing about the OBV is that we're looking like it's trying to break out of this downward pointing wedge, which is kind of sort of bullish, and I think it'll definitely pump Liano over here. It's just starting to peak above this downwards trend line, so this is good. This is daily, so it's not to be ignored. No, unfortunately you cannot add custom indicators. This is to be used as a supplementary tool to TradingView. But like I said, it's a great tool to learn candle patterns, order flow, the books. Really good for that sort of thing. So here's the is it for the volume? Sorry, let's start the count from here. There we go. So the next candle should take us out of this, unless it's another pump and then dump. But regardless, I think this this ascending triangle is telling us, this is the candle body, it's telling us that from here, if we extend we should usually do this for the breakout, but if you had to guess and say where this is going, then you're looking at 7,800, like retesting this previous peak. I think that's a possibility, because since we couldn't break down and fall from here towards the expected retest of the 6,600 region, thereby forming a where's the brush? I think this thing doesn't have a brush, does it? Sacred geometry, patterns, lines and measures. Hey, look who's here. That's fun. Useless, but fun. So yeah, I don't think they have a brush here. Don't see it. Daily close will be bullish. Will be bullish for sure. Trading light, of course. A few times people mentioned it already. Yeah, trading light. So how's everyone's holidays? What do you guys was it all quiet for? Man, look at this chop zone here, man. Holy man. Murder, she wrote. If you traded this, I see some P&Ls. I see some P&Ls from Alex. That's impressive. But that's how you do it. In and out. In and out. That's what she said. Trend flow curving up. 1 hour, it's starting to look good. Just need a volume spike a little bit over here, and she's good to go. 7,420. Back to the highs. Well, let's be conservative. Let's just do the haircut thing over here. 7,360. Okay. This would effectively also create a double bottom formation here, which is quite bullish. Quite bullish. Here's another one, although a little bit smaller, but each and one of these, they kept retesting their previous swing highs over here. So it is my understanding this is an inverted one, the McDonald's one. Okay, so the same thing. This is a Mickey D's McDonald's pattern that has to happen. It has no choice. All signs are pointing up. If we're right about this, then good. Oh, okay. Okay, I see the divergence. I see the divergence over here. That's already on the books. A nice little triangle continuation pattern here. So if it has the power to pump once it's out of here, of this triangle, it's looking like it's going to go right there. Small resistance in the way, so that would be a perfect confirmation to see if it can actually conquer it. Maybe I'll place a conditional order here at 7259 because this is definitely going up. Music, okay. See, productive feedback. I like that. Okay, music is all the way down now. 7,900. Okay. I mean, that'll be something. That'll be like a breakout, and if that's the case, then we're going to 8.5 and so on, because that'll be a clear break out of this. It kind of makes sense too. We're almost at the end of it, and if it doesn't McDonald's us down like this, either way, there's a little bit of room for a leverage trade, even if it decides to go down. I think it still has a little bit of power to do a little pump pola. There was a little M. Who's that? Holy shit, is that our Discord? Wow. I'm connected to Discord and there's someone making a whole bunch of noise. What was that? That's hilarious. That's all hail BTC. Okay. Do your thing, buddy. Do your thing. That's what the chat is there for. So you can guys go on there and voice your opinions. Face is always bullish on gold. Last time he was on the stream, happy holidays, man. He was here. He was saying gold is bullish. Gold is bullish. He was right, but it did take a little pause. But yeah. Everything is going up. And they say Bitcoin is not correlated. I mean, I can't see this thing going down. It's a double bottom. Cup and handle. Retest of the top channel. Breakout maybe finally. And then conquer. Conquer all this crap over here. So I have my levels mapped out. 1, 2, 3. and these are expected targets if we are to break above this falling wedge, this triangle. Someone asked on YouTube if on Discord if YouTube is targeting us videos. I don't think so. We're okay. We're the pirate station of the cryptosphere of YouTube. They don't know us. They don't care about us. It's only the majors that are getting smacked. Okay. Crypto Fizzy is in the hizzy. What is this? What is this? What is this? Come on. Decide. Oh. I know if I go to sleep, I'm not going to get my confirmation and it'll run away from me. So I think I'll just keep a post and watch it. Now, it's also being held by the baseline here. $6,400. I don't know, man. I don't know. I doubt it. I doubt it. Don't doubt Bitcoin. There, I doubt it, but it is looking like you could still do a little pump, dump, and then another pump. Who knows, right? And if it does go there, we'll trade it. But like I said, shorting here is extremely dangerous. Looking at the daily, the main two, I don't care about any of this other stuff like all these dots or whatever. All I know is that we're being held by our baseline number 1 and we're above baseline number 2. There's no way in hell am I shorting this unless it falls down below 6,900 and closes there on the daily. We'll have to wait for that. Then we can open a little tiny short all the way back down to the retest of these lows here at the support level of 6,500, but you can't do that here, not yet. Once we lose the baselines, at least the main baseline, then we can consider. So keep your eyes peeled and meditate on this price action. Weekly. Is looking good. Two days is also looking good. This is nothing. We have trend flow going up. And maybe, just maybe, All right, so um on MSX, you can use your waves as just like you would on RSI, just like you would on MFI, and pretty much any other oscillator. You can use these waves, and you have I have a white line over here that's connecting them, just so you can see how you can project support that's happening here across the whole. So don't pay attention to these little dots over here, because like here, look, 1 2 3 4, and price was just like kept going down, even though. So this doesn't matter right now. This, I would say that this is a divergence of sorts, because we had a lower low. The lowest is right here. This is the lowest point that we've had on the price action, and of course it pumped right after that. But then we might see a little, just like I said in my other video, maybe just like that. But instead of shorting it, I'm looking for a buy opportunity, because you have to think like people. See, there are a lot of people who are not leveraged. Okay, they don't leverage. So they're looking to buy Bitcoin. They're not looking to short. A lot of people, they don't know what it is, what the word short is. They don't know that. They don't trade this like we trade derivatives. They just know Bitcoin, when it's cheap, I'll buy it. And there's this great element, competitive element to Bitcoin, where people want to get their hands on the cheap Bitcoin. So you just don't know when the crowd will decide that this is cheap enough, and it'll start reversing it. Because one thing that Bitcoin does is throughout history, from 2009, it just pumps. Okay, yes, there are long periods of just when it's stalling and it's just falling, but ultimately there comes a point where people want to buy. So our job for a maximum reward here for this trade, since we're at 6 months of you're shorting like the tail of all this. The lemons have been squeezed. Now they're gonna chop people up. It might go down here, and look, ETH1, ETHON, yeah, it says I buy for long term. All right, so this is how one thinks as an investor, a fundamentalist or whatever. But for you derivatives guys, leverage trade, margin traders, you do the same. Do the same in tandem with the rest of them. Wait for it to fall, place your orders, and then buy. Or you can scale in. Now, regarding scaling, you should always try to put scales into low. So when you're shorting and price goes up, and you want to bet against, never bet against Bitcoin, because you can't kill Bitcoin. You know that. Many people have been burned before by trying to prove that Bitcoin is dead, and they failed. So when it starts to fall, especially at the end, the trend is your friend until the end. Where's the end? 6 months of this carnage down here. If you didn't short here and still holding it from 9K or whatever, then forget it. Just wait it out and wait for an opportunity to long. Wait for a breakout. See, I'm personally waiting for a breakout to start my new year with a big trade that can cover me for at least 6 to 12 months in the next lifetime. So I'm waiting for that trade right now. Really choppy, but I think we're very close. We're very close to some answers. I'm not seeing anything on the books. Nothing significant, at least. Um, so I think tomorrow Saturday, yeah, of course. Again, I think the big move is going to happen over the weekend. Why wouldn't it? Why? To create a gap, of course. To create the goddamn gap. They love those gaps. They love creating them, and they love when people speculate and then say, are we going to come to? That's how it's the best opportunity for them to make money. The movers, right? The big boys. The big boys. And so we will wait. We will wait for the move. Notice on the 12 hours, RSI is about to cross the 50 line. Look what happened here. Look what happened here. Little Pompola candle. Look what happened here. We're gonna get at least a decent candle size to the top of the Bollinger Band, 7,500, 7,400. Okay, so some people have entered. We're also being supported by the baseline over here, and the baseline is showing us this very rare inverted head and shoulders pattern. Despite what the price is showing us, the indicator is telling us that there's a little head and shoulder here. So I mean, the chances that we pump are higher than if we dump. I just say, yeah, retest the previous swing high over here, 7,500 or so. That would be a good exit. Hell, it might even go up higher. Like it might actually go to 7,800. I think. You see this wick over here? Look, put a line on this wick. Let's be conservative. Let's bring it down to this second wick, and also a retest over here. And I think this time, and it's right at the top of this channel. CME gap, yeah, the gaps are going to get filled for sure. In 4 hours, the 12 will close bullish. Bullish. There's a divergence on OBV also. And I don't think this candle is done. I think there will be another one. Just looking for confluence. And from this peak to this peak, it looks like we're okay. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll take this 12-hour candle full scale, right? And I will place 50 orders from here all the way back down to the baseline at 7,060, which I don't think will happen in game, but in case it does, my average order will be somewhere around here. Then I will be able to also place a stop just below. So instead of entering right at the top, I'll enter somewhere in the middle by dollar cost averaging it into a long. I need that confirmation, but I think once this 4-hour candle closes at 12, will catapult up. It will be an impulsive move up, I think. So there might not be time to plan and execute because it's going to be a quick one. And I don't know if it'll be sustained or it'll create a divergence of sorts again. I hope not. Even right now on OBV on 12 hours, there's a I'll show you something. Where's the paintbrush? There's no paintbrush here? Come on. Are you kidding me? I have a paintbrush here. I demand a paintbrush. It's no brush. What, pros don't use a brush? I'm a brush pro. I use the brush all the time. Yeah, if we don't pump soon, what I'm trying to say, if we don't pump soon, then we might have a little problem here. And it will look like this. Okay, this little tiny OBV problem right here. A little bearish. So it might push it back down and then reverse. That might be the case too. Only 2 candles, not enough. I don't know if it'll fully develop or this will start climbing up. No bueno. You know what? History might repeat itself. You guys know what that is? You know it. This could be the bathtub pattern we're looking at. It could actually do both. It could actually do both. It could pump, dump, and then pump again. Oh man. I don't think it'll go in a linear fashion like up, down, consolidate. Okay, we're ready to go up. I don't see that happening. I see some butchery coming our way. A quickie. Mega dump, market sell, and then right into it and buy. Make all these guys stop. So I don't know, you know what this pattern is, and how it usually plays out. It's a quick one. It's one of those, right? I've traded a bunch of those successfully, so not always the case, but and the degree of the angle may measured in power. Like how powerful will the move be? I don't know. There's definitely something to keep in mind here. The Ponzi, the plus token, Ponzi, I don't know. There's also Craig Wright that says in 9 days he'll unlock 20 billion worth of Bitcoin or something. So I don't know. We're in for a volatile ride, people. I'm not really good at this. Like other YouTube channels, you know, they speculate and they tell you what is going to happen, what might happen, you know, plus token, this, that. I think it's really irrelevant. I'm just trying to identify a setup here so we can actually trade the damn thing. It's been hanging here for a little while now, so and it reminds me of this area. I had a few successful trades in this area, but this is no different. This is going to, history is going to repeat. Especially how I think we're right over here and we might see a candle up. But there are big technical differences here in terms of like, especially baseline support. That's very significant. Cannot be ignored. So S short signal, that was good. That was really good. Rare on a high time frame. I have been using Armageddon for confirmation entries and exits, but I'm not seeing anything here yet, so that's also another thing. As you know, this channel we trade based on indications. This is the best way to trade, and right now we're not seeing any indications whatsoever that we're ready to pump right this instance. So right on the point of control over here. 7330. Okay. Bybit account interest? You mean the hedge short that I talked about? 1x short? So I only do that when the funding rate is actually worth doing it. So once it starts pumping, I put one of my accounts, a few BTC on there to collect the funding rate, predicted rate. And if it's Ethereum that gives the most, then I'll just flip my Bitcoin. Bybit allows you to convert Bitcoin to Ethereum, and you can do it that way as well. Because Ethereum, usually when the FOMO starts, you can have a couple of Ethereum just sitting there and earning from that funding rate. But then again, it's not really significant unless there's a situation where you're parking your account, so to say, for a little while, and you're on leave, on vacation, or something like that. Or when you're not sure, when you're say we pumped a nice little distance there, and you're short, and you just sit in it for as long as possible. That is also another way of doing it. So Bitcoin is flatline volatility. It's 7-11. It's not moving anywhere. So a big move is coming. It's coming soon. It is coming soon. Man, look at that tightening range over here. Is it moving? Is it moving? Too early though. If you're in a long, hold it. Hold it like your life depends on it. For now. Math, that is awesome. I'm really glad for you. That's nice. Videos should get better. Should get better. We get the link to this live stream. Get some people if they're chilling out there somewhere, wherever they are. Maybe they can come and join us. Crypto frontier. So that is a very good question, and the thing is, you don't get to decide. Reason being, download the calculator down below in the link provided down below this video, and follow the instructions. Input your price, your stop, your everything, and it will give you everything you need to know about leverage. And if you disobey, it's over. Basically, that calculator is the best tool that you can have in your arsenal right now. Not gonna lie, it's not you know, especially if starting out, or even like, you know, it's shamefully so, but many professional hobbyists who trade for a living, they still don't use appropriate stops, leverage, and everything. You need to download that calculator and play with it and see what it tells you, and whatever it tells you, that shall be the law, and you will use that leverage. No exception. Okay, so let's go to it depends. It depends on the distance, how much you want to. So if you're trading a $30 move, for example, your leverage changes automatically. And if your stop is, say if you're trading, if you have an entry where the price starts to pump and you market bought into it and place your stop $5 below, and you're waiting for this pump to go up to you know, a $20, $30 move, and you exit, you're allowed to trade with a different size, and that size will affect your leverage. So the leverage doesn't really matter. In this case, to automatically manage it, the calculator will give you the position size that will set your leverage. However, on Bybit, if you're not using a stop, if you don't want to, if you want to be more conservative and say, okay, it might go down, but then I know for sure it's going up after the stop hunt, you can use cross leverage, which allows you to stay in the game for longer and not get stopped out, so you survive those fluctuations. Very fragile here. No FOMO. Very fragile. These POCs are excellent. They show you exactly where a retest could occur, the areas we need to conquer. Most excellent indicator. Okay, 6 a.m. What am I doing? My brain is all fried. I hate this. I hate this. It's morning time. I thought there would be some action a bit earlier, and I was going to post in a platoon, but I didn't see anything, and we're still here. And so if I go to sleep now, you know the rest of the story. Switch out the normal candles just so I can see what sort of candlestick structure we're looking at. Go to higher time frame. Oh man. Man. We've got some not only horizontal but diagonal resistance as well. The ley line resistance. Damn it. And not much below besides this darn support over here. The support is really thick. Really thick. But we've seen Bitcoin slice and dice through supports and resistances like it's nothing. So Fibonacci lines, appropriately labeled and positioned, the high and the low. A lot of traders put their stops traditionally at the 23.6% Fibonacci, so that would be like this peak over here, these twin candles over here. That would be where a lot of people's stops are if they're shorting this range. So given how we have this resistance over here, this could be a nice little place to get rejected, maybe come back down, and then maybe re-enter here to continue up. Or it's just gonna straight blast through all of this. I don't know. Soon. Bollinger Bands. It's just that there's a lot of resistance and all this empty space here makes me a little nervous. I know there's strong resistance here, I know that, but it's been tested way too many times, and every time price touches it, it becomes weaker and weaker and weaker. So I don't know. Really sketchy. Really sketchy over here. It's basically going to go both ways, and then choose the main direction to continue into. But it might go up, down, and then up, or up and down, or down and then up. But it's not going to just take off and continue from this point. It will screw both sides. I know it. So I'll wait for a confirmation for an entry when it retraces, just to make sure that this is legit. And if it keeps pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping and goes to, like, I don't know, like above this resistance over here, if it goes to 7,800, then I'm just market buying into it and ride it to 8,000 or something. So that's the only way, because I really don't want to get trapped in a situation where you have a double candle, bullish and bearish, bearish and bullish side by side like this. Remember this was horrible. There's a $1,000 move here, and then it fully retraced. So whichever way it breaks out, I will wait for a confirmation. just across all time frames, the resistance coincides with these peaks, and so it's all clustered here. This is a tough one. Sometimes support is like hopium, right? Price hovers above it, making you believe and then it slices right through it. Is it time? Oh, come on. Whoa. Looks about right. Can expect price to get stopped right at this line. We'll break through it, but either way, this is a definite take profit point. So if you're in a long, a lot of people don't take profit, but they should, and this will be an area to take profit. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Might even spike above it a little bit, maybe. Yeah, that's a good entry, Kelly. Killer Crypto Kelly says 7,700 short entry. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. This is what we're hitting here, okay. Hendrix, yeah, that's awesome. We are the line-uppers. Line them up, line them up. Bullish, yes. Gravestone Doji, yes. Please, Bitcoin, please. What are you planning? What are you planning? You're planning this? Is that what you're planning? Or are you just planning this? But either way, you're planning to go up, aren't you? Good. Moved like $2 in the last hour. This is gonna explode. This is going to the only way is up, I swear. The only way is up. Okay. 7, 1 hour. Let's take a look at 1 hour just went above the baseline, the Kijun-sen baseline, and it looks like it's ready to bounce off of the yeah, I'm entering a little long over here, and small long, nothing fancy. Just in case it goes up. I already have my configuration here in terms of size and distance. So talking about distances all the time here. Take profit soon, take profit early. I think that unless you already know this, I would like to repeat one more time. When you think you have found a potential point of interest for a trade, you should place your exit first. You should find your exit first and say, okay, how am I getting out of here? Think about like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible, right? When he looks at the map, he's like, what's my exit point? Because he knows he has to get in anyways at any cost possible. But like, how do you get out? You know, once the mission is over, you need to get out of there as soon as you can before it blows up, before your account blows up. And so, a lot of times, it is advised to place your exits first. You have to map it out. So if you're seeing some trade, you should map it out and place your exit. There are many different ways, but support resistance is, of course, the most reliable one to begin with. And then you have your moving averages. And some people exit all at once and then they re-enter on the next opportunity, depending on your size that you're trading. Sometimes a million contract position can be market bought with a little bit of slippage, but then you already have your exit limit placed $30 away from your entry. Or depending on the force of the volatility, you think that, okay, this is going to be a $50 move. That's a lot of dough. So it depends. You have to and the reason you also have to do that actually is because price moves so fast. Let's say it begins to advance. Like, let's say you're thinking, okay, it's going to, let's imagine there's a pattern here. No, it is there. Okay, and you're seeing a triangle here. Okay, and this is your just a quickie for those who are interested to see what it's like. And you're like, okay, once it breaks above this resistance, 3,000, 7,341, once it breaks above it, closes there. Or if it continues, let's say price continues, and you know for damn sure if your indicator momentum is showing that we're breaking above it, you're saying, okay, am I gonna exit over here according to the base of the triangle? Well, there's a resistance here, right? You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. So somewhere along the lines over here, you will face resistance. So you need to be conservative a little bit and find the lowest point out of all these candles where price hit the ceiling and got rejected. So in this case, it is 5,050. So if you're going up and breaking above this white line over here, your exit should be somewhere around in this area. And if you're convinced that it keeps going higher, then it should be like 80%. But what I'm trying to say is that you place your take profit here first, okay? Or let's just say you're trading you're trading with size. You're trading with enough leverage to allow yourself to take advantage of the margin available, and you want to exit at the peak of these wicks right here at 7,400 or something. Okay, price breaks above 7,352, impulse is up, you market buy, but your exit is already set. It's already set. And the reason you want to do that is because these things happen fast, and if you enter and then you start looking for an exit, then you start saying, okay, maybe here, maybe there. See, if you have your exit already set, you don't move it. You don't have the time to move it. So if it eats your order, you're good. You just exit it in profit and you're good to go. And you can repeat that once the price cools off and finds its new level, and then continue from there. But your take profit should be set first. On breakout, you would market buy. Yeah, there's a little fee. There's a little fee that you'll pay. However, you'll get a rebate. So 0.75% is the fee that you'll pay for market buying as a taker. And then you'll get a rebate on your exit minus 0.025. So technically, this round trip, you're paying 0.05%, which is good. Because you'll certainly make more than double your initial whatever you put up in these $20-30 moves. Because a lot of people, they look for an entry, they enter, and then they're like, okay, where do I exit now? You need to automate your exits. Make sure that they're there, and don't touch them. Just don't touch them. But you need to study, and you say, okay, this is the price, this is the level that I want to exit, and go just below, just a little bit below, just in case, because prices, what they do sometimes, they set lower lows. So if you draw a line like this and it starts going up, you can't say it will be an equal, it's an equal opportunity but not an equal outcome. Okay, so it'll probably be around here. So you have to always visualize and determine your supports, resistances, and potential obstacles that are in the way, and be conservative. Because every time you do that, your account grows, and the more it grows, little by little, the less you need to risk in the future, and the more money you make. It's not going to be felt at first, but it'll affect how much. So use the calculator down below, and it will tell you exactly what you're allowed to trade and what you're not allowed to trade, and how much. Okie doke. Bitcoin-chan, what are you doing? Come on. Okay, it looks like my order got scooped up. 1.88%. In profit. For the next 4 hours, I think 7,200, this round number is a good entry. And if it's correct, and then it goes up, I'll add to it. My stop will be placed strictly at 7,150 as the major support level. So if it goes down there, I was wrong in the trade, and I'll look for another opportunity. But for now, this area is a good entry. 7 200. And of course, when it starts pumping, like I said, it's probably going to go beyond. What about entries? What if you exit too early and price continues on its? Well, it's a winner. It's a winner. It doesn't matter if it continues because you exited in profit. So you should not be attached to the actual numbers, but rather the percentage and your win rate. If you can duplicate that again and again, then the next time you take losses, you will not be affected emotionally, and it will not prompt you to revenge trade or do a whole bunch of other silly things that, that traders find themselves doing a lot of times, because it creates this instability in the mind. And so you just need to tell yourself that, look, this was a profitable trade. Doesn't matter if you came out, got out too early, because you see what the price been doing, especially inside of a range. Never regret getting out of a goddamn range, because it pumps. You wait, your number grows, P&L grows, percentage grows, and you start saying to yourself, you start telling yourself that, look, 5% more and I'm out. Not gonna happen. It'll reverse on you, and could have been in profit, now you're in the minus. And you're not ready emotionally after seeing those gains that you had just a few moments ago. You're not emotionally ready to cut the loss ruthlessly like you deserve. And trust me, you deserve to cut it. But it's going to be very difficult. Believe me, it is going to be very difficult. So also, if your stop gets hit, that's a losing trade, and you should probably walk away from it. Doesn't matter if you lost $2 or 200. You can't continue right after, because you're not clear now. Your head is not clear. You need to chill, have a little glass of wine or something, and walk away and come back to it later. You can drink tea if you don't drink wine. Anything that will keep you occupied, but away from the charts, because you know it's frustrating. It's the stops. You know, they hunt you, they knock you out, they want to madden you so you can re-enter. It's a gambler's paradise, right? Like, they want to trigger you basically, and you get triggered, and you're like, all right, let's see who the boss is, because I'm going to do it right this time. I know exactly where I went wrong, but let me rectify, let me change the situation here and do it again. And so that's a vicious cycle that can suck you in. Trading in the shadow of yourself, shadow. A ninja or a shinobi would be a master at many crafts and skills, but there would be one that would take the longest to master, or to get a basic understanding even, and that is the development of emotional intelligence, emotional maturity. And that takes time to cultivate. And trading, you are your biggest enemy, no one else. Not an indicator, not price level, not manipulations, not whales. You yourself. So please take profit as soon as you can and be happy with it. Walk away with grace and pride, and come back to it tomorrow and repeat. And do that for a year. Okay. Price is going up. I am holding this for now. exit 7. I'll put 7,300, and then once a breakout is confirmed and it holds, I'll see what I can do there. But definitely looking at this pattern here, this is 8 hours, so that's pretty significant. A lower low, these two would be somewhere around here, and if Bitcoin can prove to me that its intentions are to go much higher, then he can do so on lower time frames. The immediate resistance here is the place where we've been rejected from before, and it stems from these points, 1, 2, 3, and we're sort of like right beneath it. So that's 7,241 approximately, according to this white bullish candle where it stopped. Yeah, around there. If this thing does break down and not break up, then we can be sure to visit again 7,100, which is very unlikely in my opinion, but you just never know. So for that reason, I will draw a line here and say that we have an established range over here. Low, high, fake out. Low, high, fake out, high. There it is, aggressive buying. Okay. Books are still thin, but growing a little bit. It's a start. We're looking at 4 hours and just about to cross what we did cross, the 20 moving average, the Bollinger Bands. That's a good sign. It's a very good sign. It means that now we want to close 2 hours to go. We want to close about this 20, bounce off of it, and then proceed to expand to the upper line of the Bollinger Bands. However, maybe I'm just wasting my time. Maybe it will just range here for a little bit, and by the time I get up, we'll still be where we are right now. Who knows? Maybe a few more fake outs to the downside and up. Just hard to say right now. But it looks like I'm up good 7-8% now. Not bad. Now if Bitcoin can please keep this up for a little longer, that would be nice. That would be lovely. Let's take a look at 1 hour quickly. So what am I looking at? 1 hour. Yeah, a little confirmation late to the party. Not a solid signal, and I'm not seeing trend force index indicator flashing any green arrows here, but it is looking like the momentum is up. The only problem is MFI is kind of like at the top of all tops. Keeps climbing even though price is just static. There's a lot of resistance there, guys. D Live. We're gonna give some crypto away on D Live. A little bit. So if you guys on D Live, I'm gonna drop a little lino. So you can go to PewDiePie and donate some lemons to that guy. Not bad. We're up 14%. Okay. My conviction level here is about 0.5%. And that equals to the position that I'm trading currently. Conviction level is important. That's your risk. Not seeing any $1 million trades. So with that, because they probably bought over here and they're still long, so we don't see it. 12 hours just crossing the 50 RSI, just crossing it. Not good, not good. 4 hours trend flow, long-term trend flow, go up. Still in the red over here. Go up, go up, go up, baby, go up. Okay. Off we go. Off we go. Can this be sustained? Is the question. Yeah, so as per Armageddon, the entry was right here when these bars turned white together. That was about 7,200. What a punt. Okay, we're in turbo mode. A little dangerous, but a little dangerous. This plus sign is the predicted price, next price, based on the volatility of the move. $7,233. Needs to go higher, needs to go over here and pull this MFI with it, or we're gonna have a divergence and fall back. Again, the GPS dot is doing its magic. Wish I was around to take that trade. $7,355 is the first take profit area. Can we make it? Of course we can. Watch. $330. Okay, if we break out of here, $330. I'm seeing that Go packs, they just burned 1 million of packs, and Tether just printed 20 million USDT. Guys, Tether just printed about 4 hours ago 20 million USDT. So I'm up 30% so far. Okay, volume, nothing fancy. Nothing to be excited about just yet. Come on, daily. Daily is looking ugly. At least on the momentum. Come on, where's the follow-up? Where's the There it is. It's definitely gonna get stopped over here. 7 to 44. Maybe I should take profit. Or let it ride. Up 40%, people. 40% since our entry here. Need to break out. Need to break out. Need some volume ASAP. Okay. Keep pumping, keep pumping. Okay, first area of resistance here. They'll break through it. Won't it? Break through it. It has to. Maybe it'll stop, consolidate, but I don't think taking profit here is necessary. Not yet. On point at the wick. Well, we're up 50%. Resistance here. Testnet. Testnet is important. 50% of your trades should be on testnet. Testing your strategies. Seeing how they work. Finding your edge. Building a foundation using support and resistance. There's a 200 moving average also in the way on 1 hour. Right here at this level. 1 hour and 30 minutes to daily close. To confirm that this is a long, ideally we need 3 candles, so 3 more days of waiting for small position like I am right now. Alright guys, I'm gonna take a nap and we'll continue tomorrow. It's way too late. 7:25. I seriously don't know if I can stay up for another hour, but I'm planning to leave this long, and my exits are already placed. Besides, a daily confirmation candle tomorrow will speak volumes, no pun intended. We will see if we can reopen a position in this direction long, or this price action will be invalidated overnight. Get me out of my position at 7,150, and then we'll reevaluate if that's the case. If not, I'll close it tomorrow. Okay, so if you like the new thumbnail for these live videos called MarketSpy Live, make sure you hit that like button to let everyone know. Let everybody know we're the best hangout for cryptocurrency related marginal trading. Mumbo Jumbo is here at Cryptopocalypse now. So if you dig that thumbnail, hit the like button. And yeah, happy holidays. We still have New Year's coming up. I don't know if you celebrate or not, but I do. And I'm planning to go see some fireworks. Maybe I'll record that and put up a video of fireworks and lanterns going up in the sky. We'll see. Damn, I apologize guys, I'm really tired. It's we just got back from a trip from a neighboring city with a family, and I need to get some rest. Literally falling asleep here at my desk. Adios. Oh wait, is anyone on D Live? Who's on D Live? No one's on D Live. Okay. Alright, we'll do the coin thing tomorrow then. Peace.